I mean, how is it that the national media and the world actually thinks that CU doesn't have a chance in this game?
I don't know, man. It blows my mind. The betting line blows my mind. They're giving the Buffs seven and yeah. I mean, that's a full touchdown. That's crazy
to me.
It was
10 points at one point. They got Betzel at 7 now.
I know, but yeah, I mean, you bring up great points, man. You got the best player in college football on your team. You arguably got the best quarterback in college football on your team. You're much improved up front. Jimmy Horn Jr. is a stud. He just sadly gets lost in the the Travis Hunter Shedeur conversation, but that guy's unbelievable. I also think, let's be honest, man, North Dakota State's a hell of a lot better football team than UTEP is. A way better football team. So, and man, we've played this game for a long time, right? From week 1 to week 2, you're going to see what your guys are made of really quickly. Once you can finally watch film, you can truly game plan for a team because now they have film. I think it's going to be a test on Raiola because I think we're better at defense than what we showed last week. So I think he's going to have a hell of a test in front of him going against a true challenge tomorrow night. And I mean, there's no doubt we're going to score points. There's no doubt we're going to put up yards. It's just a matter of, can our opponent hang with us, right? I mean, I would love. Listen, man, I think we should turn around and hand the ball off more, but that's just me. I mean, I would love to try to control the line of scrimmage, right? Because that's just going to make life for Shedeur and Travis and Jimmy a hell of a lot easier. I would love to see some commitment to that. And I think I love the fact that Prime showed film of North Dakota State's 11 guys getting to the football every snap. Right. Yeah, if that doesn't light a fire under the Buffs' ass to go, shit, we got to do a better job. Right. We're watching an FCS school fly around the field and get 11 guys to the ball every snap. I hope that fires them up and it brings a different level of energy and competition to these guys tomorrow night when they take that field, because I think they can play to a much higher level than we saw against North Dakota State.
As do I, brother. And look, I'm glad that you brought that up. We had Bucky, Deion Sanders Jr. on at the beginning of the week, and he like told, straight out said that Shiloh's out there playing like a fucking crash dummy and, crash test dummy and dumbass penalties and stupid shit that they've talked about a million times. And he was very open to what they do and how they criticize constructively to get guys better. At some point, it's on the players, brother. You know this. Like it's. And I'll just take it back in the time machine. In 2001, we lose to Fresno State to open the season 24-22. Again, we definitely should have won, but we didn't play well in the first half. Second half, fucking dominated. Didn't play well in the first half. What was that, Derek Carr or Dave?
Yeah, David Carr.
David Carr, first pick overall in the draft. He had a good game, but that one game, if without losing that game, I know in the long run it kept us out of the national title, and that sucks. Totally. But without losing that game, I don't think that team matures into the Big 12 champions that we did, because it was so painful and it was such a wake-up call. Like, you're so much better than this. The next week, we go into the first game ever at Sports Authority or whatever you call that, Empower, and beat the bricks off of CSU, right? The two teams are totally different. North Dakota State is a damn good football team. I think that they would compete and maybe win the Mountain West, although Boise looks pretty fucking good. Yeah. They beat UTEP's ass, bro. They would crush UTEP.
Totally.
So I look at the progression they made in the second half, and a lot of little things like that is okay. There's an opportunity to get better there. They won, and they still have 10 days to act like they lost and push them hard and coach them up. I see nothing but benefits coming out of that. Right, Bob?
You would have to think so, right? I mean, I think they could clean a lot of things up, right? I mean, I agree. Shiloh was late to a lot of hits in that first half, right? And somebody's got to grab his ass and be like, dude, what are you doing? Come on, bro. Like, that's not how we play. That's not how we carry ourselves. There's got to be some of that. Like you said, the players got to step up and take the reins at some point in time, right? So I think a lot of things, they had plenty of time to get fixed, plenty of time to game plan. Right. I don't love the end of the game clock management that went on.
A little bit.
Like, like I hate, the things that stand out to me, right? That Shedeur says, "Oh, they loaded the box and they were challenging us." Dude, I don't give a shit if they're challenging you. I don't care what they do. I don't
Just run
think
the ball.
they have 11 guys on the line of scrimmage. I don't give a damn. Turn around and hand it off. What's more important, your pride or winning a
Or the
football
dub.
game? I mean,
The
come
dub.
on. Like there's some little things there that, being an older school guy, athletes are different these days. I mean, you deal with them every day a lot more than I do, but athletes are different these days. Like
Well, I will say this, though. Bringing up the criticism of him, though, you're not wrong. Clack criticized him, got people jumped on him for his criticism. There's a lot of prime sexuals out there. We know this. But at the same time, what's unique about this team is the criticism is just coming from a family member, like really, or a teammate. Like who can really criticize Shedeur or Travis Hunter, right? Or Horn on that team. They're the fucking big dogs. What do you somebody's going to step up and challenge Shedeur? Probably not.
Right.
But you know who will? His father and his older brother and his cousin and his other brother, who's a safety, who also will be challenged by Shedeur. So like when Bucky opened up like that, and it was funny, and his brother back to back, but it gets serious accountable too with them. Know it. So that's the coolest fucking part about all this for me is like Shedeur Sanders probably doesn't have a whole lot of people that would like legitimately be able to hold him accountable. But in this situation, there's like 8 that he really, and they all really respect each other and love each other and want the same thing. And when you can consistently like criticize something you love and that criticism is like you understand that it's for the constructive to get better, dog, the sky's the fucking limit on shit like that. You can take potential through the fucking roof. And I think that's where they're going, dude. This is the last ride for the Sanders family, right? The last time they're ever going to be together. I don't really think they're worried about feelings. I think they're worried about fucking function and like getting better. So just what are your thoughts on something like that?
I hope you're exactly right, man. I think the ceiling is really high on what CU can do this year. But like you said, I think they're all going to have to hold each other accountable. They're all going to have to own it, right? They can't get lost in the Shedeur's in Times Square and Travis is on United commercial, right? They can't get lost in all that shit.
Fuck United, by the way, dog.
I saw all that. But I mean, I hope you're right, because I think if they all hold each other accountable, starting at Prime down to Shedeur, Shiloh, Travis, all those guys, the sky's the limit. I mean, they got all the tools in the world, right? And I hope the dudes up front realize if they find a way to play their ass off, like they are going to look so much better. Because if they can run the ball, if they can protect Shedeur and keep him from running around, dude, I mean, this offense could be better than anything we've ever seen. Because those guys on the outside are different. They are different. And shit, if we could turn around and give it to the kid that came in from Ohio State 10 times, because a couple times I saw the ball in his hands against North Dakota State, that dude runs hard. Oh, yeah. Like, and that's all you need. I just want you, I don't care. Run hard, get 4 yards, hit somebody in the mouth, right? Let's have 2nd and 6 instead of 2nd and 9 or 2nd and 11, right? Because that makes life a hell of a lot easier. So, bro, I hope you're right, because I think if they hold each other accountable and all challenge each other like we did, right? I think what was special about our group, it didn't matter if you were going to be a 13-year NFL vet or never play another down after college football. Dude, guys looked each other in the eye and said, you're not pulling your weight right now. Get your shit together. Let's go. Like, and that's what made our group special. And I think they have the ability to be like that, but they got way more distractions than we did 20 some years ago. Okay, right. It's a different world now. So they got to put blinders on, if you will, and sure, enjoy it while you can. But when it comes down to what needs to get accomplished, better put blinders on and just trust your brothers that are next to you and call them out when needed, pick them up when needed, and have their backs when needed, but be ready to go to war with those guys.
All right. So the offensive line, give me your evaluation after week 1. I thought the 2 tackles, Seaton got beat a couple times inside. That's easily fixable with just, not overthinking. I thought Brown was really good. The interior 3, a little shaky, but better than last year. 1 sack, A lot of the pressure was Shedeur evading and like sitting in there and taking shots, which I kind of respect. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think the two outside guys played well, and Seaton's first game as a college football player, I mean, he played pretty well.
You
So
didn't hear anything about 77, so that's a good
no,
thing.
yeah, no. I think they both played great. I agree with you. I think the interior guys could be improved, but man, it's night and day from last year. Like if we can take one sack a game instead of how many do you have last year? 50?
Maybe 52.
Like, come on, like that's silly. So, right, Shedeur can help those guys too by getting the ball out, by not hanging on to it, by making quicker decisions. Right, it all goes hand in hand. But I was highly impressed from last year to this year. Right, it's a new group of guys minus one, but good job in the portal getting players in there. But they played a lot better, and now they're going to have another challenge. But I'm going to keep repeating myself, and it's old, and I don't care. Week 1 to week 2, you're going to find out who your guys are. You're going to find out how you respond to coaching, to film, right, the eye in the sky, right? They had to sit through 10 days of being critiqued on how they played against North Dakota State. So are you going to respond to that and play better and work hard and improve, or are you going to feel bad about not playing maybe to the best you could in that football game? So I love this transition from week 1 to week 2, especially going to on the road, huge rivalry game, great atmosphere, prime time, right? I mean, we're going to see what these dudes are made of real fast tomorrow night, and how they show up.
Last question before we get your prediction. You'll be on the sideline tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Roaming the sideline. The broadcast is amazing. I'll see you there, brother. I can't wait. Shedeur Sanders, okay? You're a quarterback. You know what you're talking about. You're watching this kid play. The hype is real, right? I mean, I know it is. You know it is. This guy's bad motherfucker.
He is a hell of a football player, dude. Number one, right? The easy things. He's a good athlete. He can make all the throws. He's a good leader. Okay, great. Right? There's a lot of those out there, right? There's a lot of guys that can do that. But this dude competes at a high level, and he stands in the pocket. He never throws his guys under the bus, no matter how many times he gets hit in the mouth. Right? Now that's a leader right there, right? He picks himself up. He gets back in the huddle. It's never anybody else's fault, no matter how many times he gets hit, no matter how bad the pressure is. So, and he made some throws last week with dudes in his face, guys hanging on him, that it didn't affect the velocity. It didn't affect how the ball came out. So he's big and strong and athletic. I mean, I think right now maybe besides the kid at Georgia, he's the first quarterback off the board in the draft. I think he would have probably had a good chance of being the third quarterback off the board if he came out last year behind Daniels and Caleb Williams with those other dudes that are out there. So he is an NFL player. I think, we go back to the decision he made checking on first down, that last possession of the game. I promise you there's GMs going, that's not cool. We don't like that, right? Because your job is to put your team in the best situation.
That's not cool.
And he took his team out of a good situation, right? He made that game more interesting than it had to be. So, but that's right. That's fixable. It's a first game. But when it comes to just playing quarterback, shit, man, he is. I don't know if we've seen a guy like that here, right? Cordell was really special, but I think he may not be the athlete that Cordell was, using his legs, but when it comes to avoiding pressure, making throws, when guys are in your face, his ability and his strength, he's might be the best we've ever had here, more than likely.
And look, I think he's going to be number one, top 5 easily. So, especially if they stay on this trajectory. All right, brother. Prediction. Give me your score for Colorado, Nebraska.
I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. A betting guy, shit, I'm taking +7 all day long. When it comes to just when a football game, I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be a very close game. But I think the difference maker is Shedeur, right? He's seasoned, he's experienced. The atmosphere, the stadium in Lincoln's not going to bother him. Where this is Raiola's second college football game and his first real test. And I'm not taking anything away from the kid. I'm sure he's going to play well. But when it comes down to crunch time at the end of this game, when plays have to be made to finish it off, I'm going to go with Shedeur. So I think it may be, gosh, I think it's going to be a lot, man. I think it's probably going to be 42, 34, somewhere. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored, but I do like the Buffs on the road. It's going to be a challenge, but I think they got the right guys at the right positions to win this football game.
Well, brother, I appreciate you coming on the show. I will see you in Lincoln. I cannot wait for Saturday night. Let's go, Buffs.
It's going to be fun.
This is a big one, homie. Hey,
thanks,
before
fellas.
you leave, you got that picture, Bailey?
Which picture?
The one I sent you of me and Bobby. You better get that shit up because I got to end it with the last time we were in Lincoln, 2008.
Oh, yeah. I already know what it's going to be.
Already know what it looks like. I got to show the world. This is one of my favorite pictures of all time. We're walking through after we just beat them, and we're like, holy shit, look at this. And they have like the records of all the teams throughout the past, and the 2001 teams, like they're just killing everybody. And then bam. So I really hope you got that shit or not.
Yeah, I got it. Give me 30 seconds.
Go, dog. Post it. Boom.
Ches, I'm gonna have my the Husker fans are gonna hate me. I'm gonna have my 62-36 hat on the sideline.
Love it, dog. This is awesome. This is gonna be so fucking cool. So Nick got invited to the game as a recruit. So we're going to the game on like as recruits.
Yeah.
And we're sitting with like the Nebraska people, right? Until we're not. So we'll get you out of here on this one. Look at this, folks.
Yeah, there it is.
Right here at 62-36, Sean Tuss, Bobby P, and myself after a big win. Man, what a picture. I love it. Go Buffs, brother.